Prepare to be informed.
Hello agents, I'm Susanna Moyer and this is the Ingress Report. On January 27th, 2013, dozens of agents braved cold and rain to gather at the Cahokia Mounds archaeological site in Illinois. The site was known for its connection to Hank Johnson, who, as a graduate student, had studied the Cahokians and the mystery of their disappearance. The Enlightened prevailed at this first exotic matter anomaly, and Hank Johnson discovered an inner truth that he was aligned to that faction and ideology. This event marked the beginning of a new awareness about the Ingress scanner's ability to shape humanity's future by controlling exotic matter activity at specific times and places. In the beginning, the anomalies were small and their influence was limited. The concentrated activity of a few hundred agents had the power to control the fate of a few individuals. Misty Hannah at Lake Geneva and Austin, Clue at the William Wallace Monument in Scotland and again in Portland, and Carrie Campbell in Minneapolis. But as the anomalies grew, so did their power. During the Cassandra Global Anomalies, agents discovered they were able to affect key individuals in governments worldwide, setting the stage for a new era in the expansion of the Enlightenment. In December of 2013, agents took the power of the XM anomalies to a new height, apparently bringing Roland Jarvis back to life after his murder at the hands of NIA operatives. From dozens to thousands of agents, the XM anomalies have become so powerful that they are changing the future. These anomalies have become one of the most impressive organizational structures in the world of Ingress. Successful XM anomalies rely on an organic and complex command and communication system. Small groups of around 20 to 30 agents organize and assume a codename, such as Team Alpha or Team Charlie.
Team Omega, can you please proceed to the portal called Spiral?
A subset of agents within the team serve as its local leadership and maintains communication with the strategic planners and intel operators who are watching the anomaly unfold from a higher command position.
Operator to all teams, we're getting reports from pretty much everyone.
Ground teams within the anomaly zones are often tasked with specific objectives.
This is Charlie Alpha 1. We have everything in the northern part of A pretty secure, except for Alpha 18 has pretty heavily fortified. Everything else is decent.
Linking teams, for example, farm anomaly zones for keys many days in advance. Volatile teams are tasked with inoculating and protecting key strategic portals.
Ops to all teams. My key devices are showing it as 1310. That's measuring window over.
Other subsets include dead drop hunters, clearing and building teams. Far from the anomaly zone, fielding teams work together to deploy fields that sometimes cover entire sections of continents in order to help assist their fellow agents on the ground. The level of coordination required to be victorious at anomalies has intensified, in large part thanks to the massive global operations conducted by agents from both factions. On August 9, 2014, agents in 14 countries across Southeast Asia, the Indian subcontinent, and Australia launched Operation Matahari to provide field support for the Helios anomalies in Taipei, Hong Kong, and Kuala Lumpur. Planned over the course of 2 months, over 130 agents took part in building a series of massive international fields that ultimately netted nearly 600 million mind units. Operation Eureka, a similar resistance operation conducted in June of 2014, was planned to coincide with the end of the Interitus anomalies. This massive operation had fields that spanned the Atlantic Ocean and covered a large section of Africa, all of Europe, and part of West Asia. Combined, they covered nearly 8% of the Earth's surface and controlled over 1.6 billion mind units. Each faction has risen to the challenge of creating worldwide ops. The resistance operation, Ursa Major, conducted in March of 2014 and planned by Agent Toxid, required 2 months of preparation and resulted in a single megafield that covered the northern section of the planet, with a perimeter of over 17,000 kilometers and 112,000 mind units. Green Marble, the aptly named Enlightened Op, conducted in June of 2014, leveraged portals in Africa, North America, Russia, Northern Europe, and more to cover a massive portion of the Northern Hemisphere in enlightened fields. Agents who conduct large-scale operations and those who witness them have been changed by the experience, sparking efforts to make an impact beyond the world of Ingress. In November 2013, 4 agents took part in the Extra Life Challenge, raising nearly $1,500 for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. In Pensacola, Florida, a cross-faction meetup collected canned goods for a local food bank. In Virginia Beach, agents combined their anomaly operations with a fundraising drive, raising over $6,000 to help feed the hungry. Most recently, in conjunction with Operation Lest We Forget, a cross-faction series of fields across the United Kingdom to commemorate those who lost their lives in World War I, agents raised over £1,000 for the Royal British Legion. Over the last few weeks, we've looked back at some of the most incredible achievements made by agents around the world, but we've only scratched the surface. For every sitrep I've been able to highlight, hundreds of other equally impressive sitreps exist. Operation Ode to Joy, Spinnaker, Teal Fields, Aurora Australis, Lighthouse, Candyland, Colour Us All, and the list goes on and on. You can find them across G+ using the hashtag Ingress. I hope to see many of you in Charleston at the Darsana finale on December 13th. Intel reports have revealed that Clue, Ada's biological counterpart, will also be present in Charleston, and Dr. Oliver Lynton-Wolfe, current head of research at Visua Technology, will be present in Barcelona. Agents, as we enter Year 3 of Ingress, I put this to you. Continue to challenge yourselves and others. Allow your creativity and energy to help transform you and your communities. Recruit and train the new generations of agents and join with them to conduct even greater operations that inspire us all. For the Ingress Report, I'm Susanna Moyer.
You will not succeed alone. Find the like-minded.